Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times today, with daytime highs approaching 40. Lows level off around 1 above. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. High temperatures reach up to 5 above. Tomorrow, cloudy skies expected. 3 to 5 inches of snow tomorrow night through Saturday night. I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently 36.
Mid-America Network News. State auditors have dug into the problems in Kansas and other states that they've been having with SNAP payments getting out to qualified recipients. Errors in the Department for Children and Families payments of SNAP benefits spiked in 2023, surpassing 13% before falling back to 10% in 2024. The spike even prompted House Speaker Dan Hawkins to accuse the agency of covering up the issue. Governor Laura Kelly called the assertion baseless and pointed to the data being publicly reported by the USDA. Authorities said that on Tuesday, they found a woman who was wanted out of Salina after she was reportedly hiding in the basement of a home in Concordia. The woman has been identified as Raisha Jenkins Bolu of Salina. The woman was on Saline County's most wanted list. I'm Stephanie Austin.
You know their songs. Now see them live. 38th Special. Live and in concert. Friday, March 20th at 7 Clans First Council Casino and Resort Newkirk. One night only. 38th Special. Get your tickets now at the 7 Clans Players Club or at 7clans.com. Don't miss 38th Special, March 20th at 7 Clans First Council Casino and Resort, Newkirk.
Hey there, it's Delana from Truck Stuff with a few items that come in handy this time of year. We have the largest selection around of WeatherTech and Husky floor liners to keep the mud and slush off your carpet. Mud flaps and wheel well liners also offer nice protection. And don't forget, bug shields are great at protecting against rock chips from the salt and sand on the road. We also offer remote start and heated seat covers. So stop by today for your winter gear at Truck Stuff at the corner of Central and Washington.
Tricked out, decked out, check us out, Truck Stuff.
A man has been arrested in Manhattan in connection with the 2025 aggravated battery case. Riley County police officials said today. Russell Spears, 44, of Wamega, was arrested last night. The arrest stems from a report originally filed in March of 2025. Spears was issued a total bond of $6,000 and remained in the Riley County Jail this morning. Members of the Kansas House Welfare Reform Committee debated the implications of a jarring state audit that estimated 54% to 72% of Kansas students who qualified for the free lunch program through a national application process were likely ineligible during the 2023-2024 academic year. If that assessment was accurate, the legislature's auditor said the U.S. Department of Agriculture overpaid Kansas school districts $10 to $14 million during that year. I'm Stephanie Austin.
In your bustling lives, we're constantly on the move from hectic commutes to family outings. Blue Valley Insurance offers comprehensive auto coverage to keep you safe on every journey. Whether you're heading to work or driving your kids to practice, we've got you covered. Visit us at convenient locations in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville for personalized auto insurance solutions tailored to your needs. Drive with peace of mind, knowing you're protected by Blue Valley Insurance.
Nebraska Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. The University of Nebraska Regents has officially asked a judge to dismiss a lawsuit from former head coach Scott Frost. KSNB Local Channel 4 reports that Frost had sued the university back in December, claiming that the school had breached his contract and mishandled millions in buyout payments. A motion was filed on Friday last week as the Board of Regents cited the, quote, insufficient service of process and argued the lawsuit should have been addressed to the Office of Nebraska's Attorney General or the Deputy Attorney General. The judge says that they will decide whether to dismiss the case or not coming up on February 5th. In other news, Nebraska state legislators have officially presented a new bill in the state legislature that would give workers' compensation benefits to firefighters that are diagnosed with cancer without requiring them to prove their cancer came from being on the job site. as Legislative Bill 400 entered the first round of debates earlier this week, with the bill being introduced by Senator David Wertkemper from Fremont, a longtime firefighter.
This just in, huge savings at Midwest Kia. Right now you can get 0% APR on remaining 2025 Kia Tellurides and all new 2026 Kia Sorrentos. And it gets even better. All 2025 Kia Tellurides get an additional $2,025 off MSRP. That's on top of already incredible value. Got a trade? Bring it in and get $1,000 in trade assistance on every new vehicle in stock. And finally, close the chapter on your old ride. But hurry, inventory is limited. And these deals won't last. Shop online anytime at MidwestKia.com or stop in today and see the savings for yourself.
We want to see ya in a Midwest Kia.
0% APR up to 48 months. 0.9% available for 60 months with approved credit through Kia Finance America. $1,000 trade assistance requires trade-in 2018 or newer with under 100,000 miles. $2,025 off MSRP is dealer discount. Offer ends February 2nd, 2026. See dealer for details.
Reporting local news, I'm Bruce Dierking. Residents encouraged to plan ahead for an approaching winter storm and cold weather this weekend. Temperatures will plummet to single-digit highs Friday into Saturday, with wind chills double digits below zero. The cold weather breaks Sunday into Monday with teens, then into the 20s by Monday forecast, coupled with chances for snow, likely beginning overnight Friday, continuing through Saturday. Forecast estimates are up to a couple inches along the Kansas-Nebraska state line. Higher snow totals likely further south into Kansas. Any snowfall would likely be light in nature with blowing and drifting possible. As a result, plan ahead for a bitterly cold weekend and allow travel plans accordingly. Mid-season basketball tournament schedules being adjusted to beat a winter weekend storm. Games being moved up to Thursday and Friday to accommodate forecast cold temperatures and potential snow Saturday. Hanover Hospital announcing that Lydia Easterberg, advanced practice registered nurse, will join the hospital and clinic and will begin seeing patients February 2nd. A Hanover High graduate and native, she and her family now live in Clay Sutter. Work continues on re-roofing the historic courthouse in Marysville. Slate tile has been removed from the main roof. Plywood replacement and a water ice barrier have added to expected cost. The Historical Society is short some $33,000 for the project. All donations welcome at their office, the Historic Courthouse, or may be given online at mchks.org. City of Marysville advising Debbie Lane remains closed to through traffic between 14th and 16th Street due to a repair. Residents still have access to driveways via either 14th or 16th Street. Those repairs could remain closed for approximately 1 week. Kathy Rieger, age 83, of Beatty, passed away Friday. Funeral service Friday, 10:30 from St. Malachi's Catholic Church, Beatty. Burial, St. Patrick's Cemetery, north of Beatty. Rosary Thursday evening at 7 at the church, with a visitation Thursday, 1 until 5, at Kinsley Mortuary, Marysville, in charge of arrangements for Kathy Rieger. Alvin T. Hamas, age 97, of Seneca, passed away Tuesday. Mass of Christian burial Friday, 11 a.m., from St. Peter and Paul's Catholic Church in Seneca. Burial in the Sacred Heart Catholic Cemetery at Baileyville. Rosary Thursday at 2 p.m. at the Lauer Funeral Home of Seneca, in charge of arrangements for Alvin Hamas. Karen Johnson, age 85, of Home, passed away Wednesday. Funeral service Saturday, 11 a.m., with a visit to Evangelical United Church of Christ in Marysville. Burial in the Home City Cemetery. Kinsley Mortuary, Marysville, in charge of arrangements for Karen Johnson. Celebration of Life service is planned Saturday for Jerry J.B. Bernard, age 98, of Marysville, who passed away January 11th. Celebration of Life service Saturday, January 24th, 3 until 8 p.m. at the Marysville American Legion. Kinsley's in charge of arrangements for Jerry J.B. Bernard. Celebration of Life service is planned Sunday for Gwendolyn W. Gwynn Patterson, age 95, of Barnston, who passed away January 6th. Celebration of Life service Sunday, January 25th at 2 at the Laughlin Funeral Home of Wymore, in charge of arrangements for Gwen Patterson. Betty L. Rosebaugh, age 98 of Barnes, passed away Tuesday. Funeral service Monday at 1 at the Blue Rapids Community Center. Burial in the Maplewood Cemetery west of Barnes. Family visitation Sunday, 3 until 5 p.m. at the Christy Anders Funeral Home of Waterville, in charge of arrangements for Betty Rosebaugh.
This new year, you deserve better. Better internet, better speeds, and better service from a company that gives back to your community. Sign up for Blue Valley Technologies Fiber Internet and get 3 months free. Already a customer? Try a faster speed for 3 months at no extra cost. For more details, visit us at bluevalley.net or call 877-876-1228. Happy New Year.
Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska.
A cold weather advisory will be in effect from early Friday morning until early Sunday afternoon. Partly sunny skies today with our highs in the upper 30s and lower 40s. Staying mostly cloudy and chilly overnight tonight with our lows just above and below zero. Wind chill values around 13 below. With northeast winds gusting as high as 30. Cloudy and breezy throughout Friday with our highs in single digits. Wind chills around 19 below. Then a slight chance for some snow showers throughout Friday night, otherwise mostly cloudy with our lows just above and below zero. More snow showers are possible throughout Saturday with our highs in the mid-teens and lower 20s, and a slight chance for some snow showers throughout Saturday night, otherwise partly cloudy with our lows just around zero. Some sunshine as we head into Sunday with our highs in the mid-20s and mid-30s, then staying partly cloudy throughout Sunday night with our lows in the single digits and lower teens. Staying a bit warmer throughout Monday with our highs in the upper 20s and lower 30s, then mostly clear skies throughout Monday night with our lows in the lower to upper teens, then sunny and warmer throughout Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster.
Average high temperature late January, 38. Record high on this date, 68. The average low, 15, and the record low, 10 below zero. Sunrise this morning, 7:43. Sunset this evening, 5:34.
Are you drawn to the ocean, the mountains, or the wide open prairie? New research reveals how emotionally important a sense of place can be. Details today from the Old Farmer's Almanac.
If you're a farmer or rancher, chances are you've thought about joining Kansas Farm Bureau. So what's stopping you? Your membership means you have a seat at the table when it comes to the issues that affect your farm. Things like trade, taxes, water, and regulations. The state's largest farm advocacy organization brings your message to policy decision makers at the county, state, and national level. The voice of agriculture becomes your voice and fights for Kansas farmers and ranchers. And a Kansas Farm Bureau membership includes other benefits. For about $50 a year, you'll receive discounts on equipment and supplies, cell phone plans, financial and legal support, home and office supplies, and more. You'll also receive Kansas Living, a quarterly lifestyle magazine featuring real stories of farmers and producers around the state, plus great recipes, crafts, and things to see and do in Kansas. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/farmerrancher to learn more.
With more practical tips and useful advice, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report for Thursday, January 22nd, the 22nd day of the year. Celebrity chef Guy Fieri has a birthday, and on this day in 1968, the comedy show Laugh-In debuted on NBC. Topophilia is a word describing an emotional attachment to places or environments. And new research reveals that it's surprisingly powerful. A British study found that places which evoke positive memories have more emotional impact than treasured objects like photographs or wedding rings. Many of us feel drawn to certain environments like the mountains or ocean, which invoke a sense of calm, contentment, or completeness. And while there's still no explanation for why we feel attached to these places, the research confirms that the impact is real and quite powerful. That's the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report. Learn more at almanac.com.
Today is the day to take home your new ride. Your perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram is waiting for you at Twin Rivers in Beatrice. This area's largest selection of cars and trucks awaits your inspection at Twin Rivers. And a test drive is waiting for you as well. They have used vehicles on trade. Their finance specialist can arrange financing. Plus, your trade-ins are always welcome. At Twin Rivers in Beatrice. See them on West Court Street or go online and see their selection at twinriv.com.
Kansas Mid-America Network Sports. I'm Andy Hoosier. The Kansas City Chiefs say they are working on the offseason to prepare for the upcoming 2026 NFL season, as they say that they have a returning coach heading back to Kansas City. As KSNT News reports it, the former offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy, has officially departed the team. However, the Chiefs have announced this week that they are bringing back Eric Bieniemy. And it's good news for many on the team after an announcement from Travis Kelce, who says that he is planning to return for the next season and is excited for the return of Bieniemy on the team. In a statement on his podcast, he said, quote, "I think it's great. I think the marriage is going to pick up right where it left off. I cannot wait to see him back in the building. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time, one of my favorite people of all time." Kelce so far has not formally announced his return back for the 2026 season. However, some have insinuated that he will be returning for season number 14. Bieniemy has spent the last couple seasons as a Chicago Bears running back coach and doing other jobs around the league. Kansas, Mid-America Network Sports.
A lot of homes built in the 90s still have their original siding and windows. If this is you, then call Burwell Construction at 316-794-3430. New siding and windows can make your house more energy efficient. Burwell Construction has been a trusted name for thousands of homeowners. Call them today, 316-794-3430, and let Burwell Construction give you a free estimate on windows and siding. And Burwell Construction will take care of all your guttering needs. Find them online at burwellconstruction.com.
If it's built well, it's Burwell. Burwell Construction.
It's not rock and roll. It's not country either. It's Shane Smith and the Saints. Live Free Tour coming to First Council Casino Friday, February 27th. Shane Smith and the Saints with special guests. Tickets are on sale now at 7clans.com. The 7 Clans Players Club are charged by phone 866-966-1777. Don't miss Shane Smith and the Saints at 7 Clans First Council Casino and Resort in Newkirk.
An investigation is still ongoing after federal prosecutors have charged 20 individuals this past week, including 15 former college basketball players, and what they say were a betting scheme to help rig NCAA and Chinese Basketball Association games. Cake News reports that of the defendants, 15 individuals had played basketball for Division I NCAA schools as recently as the past 2024 and 25 basketball season. They say the other 5 defendants were described by authorities as, quote, fixers, where it included 2 men who prosecutors say had worked in the training and development of basketball players. 1 was a trainer and former coach. 1 was a former NCAA player, and 2 were described as gamblers, influencers, and sports handicappers. According to the 70-page indictment, authorities say that the fixers had recruited college basketball players with, quote, bribe payments that usually range between $10,000 and $30,000 per game. This comes after more than 30 people were charged last year in a federal takedown of illegal gambling operations. Mid-America Network Sports.
High school basketball tournament changes due to weekend weather. All games will be played Thursday and Friday. Marysville Bulldogs play today as the girls face off against Holton at 3 p.m., while Marysville boys play at 6 p.m. versus Troy, both games on KNDY AM 1570, FM 94.1. All Twin Valley League semifinals will be played today at Washington in the primary gym starting at 3 p.m. with live coverage on KNDY FM 95.5, Blue Valley TV Channel 3, and their YouTube channel with all finals on Friday. Today's Twin Valley League schedule sees Hanover and Clifton Clyde boys play at 3 p.m., Blue Valley and Centralia girls playing at 4:30, Axel Donovan West boys at 6 p.m., while Lynn and Axel girls play at 7:30. TVL Championship games will see the boys play Friday at 4 p.m. and the girls game at 5:30 live on FM 95.5, Blue Valley TV Channel 3, and their YouTube channel.
Stunted growth, roots growing out of the drainage holes, and water running right through the pot are just a few clues your houseplant may need a bigger home. And if the pot is filled with roots, you know it's time to make the move. Hi, I'm Melinda Myers, horticulturist and gardening expert. Select a container with drainage holes only one size bigger than the existing pot. Making the leap to a much larger container can lead to root rot. Slide the plant out of its current pot. Gently loosen or slice through any girdling roots to encourage them to grow into the surrounding soil. Use fresh potting mix and set the plant in the container so it's growing at the same depth it was before. Water thoroughly to remove air pockets and adjust your watering schedule as needed. You can divide some plants like ferns, snake plants, and pothos that have outgrown their pot. Use a sharp knife and cut the root ball into halves or fourths. Plant the smaller pieces into pots slightly larger than the new root ball. Check out our website for this and other gardening tips.
If you attended David Nason's church in Medicine Lodge, Kansas, many would say the real sermon began when David's wife began the after-sermon lecture. The story of that fiery lady is today's edition of the American Countryside.
Stream your favorite Farm Journal programs, podcasts, and personalities with the new Farm Journal TV app. You'll enjoy on-demand access to the agriculture information you need from the sources you trust. It's all at your fingertips and on your schedule, anytime, anywhere. The Farm Journal TV streaming app gives you all the must-see Farm Journal shows, all the podcasts from our expanding network, along with exclusive and early view content. You can stream on your phone or smart TV, and you can download programs and watch offline. Go to farmjournaltv.com now to get the special half-off introductory offer, which gives you unlimited access to all this content with a free 14-day trial subscription and the special price of $49 for a full year. Use code BIGDEAL to get this special rate. Don't miss a minute. Subscribe today at farmjournaltv.com.
David and Carrie Nation came to Medicine Lodge, Kansas in 1889. David was the minister of a local church here.
And her preacher, David Nation, was the Christian church minister. But when she decided that he was done, she would stand up and say, "That's all, David," and that would be the end of that. She was, of course, against tobacco and alcohol.
John Nixon shares the story from Carrie Nation's hometown. This is where Nation resided when she began her push to abolish drinking alcohol in this country.
She eventually started a crusade. In 1900, she drove her buggy from here right to Kiowa, Kansas, and smashed a saloon down there.
In June of 1900, she led that group to Kiowa, where they wrecked a local saloon. It was just the beginning of many such visits to drinking establishments.
And that's how it got started. Then she smashed the Eaton Hotel in Wichita, which still stands, and then she went clear across the country and over to Europe as well with her crusade.
Soon her fame began to spread, often a literal one-woman wrecking crew.
She just developed a big disgust for it because of her family background. I think, some of her family were alcoholics. But in later years, when she took off on her crusade, then her husband, David, while he was here, sued her for divorce for deserting him, and he's buried right here in Medicine Lodge.
While her methods were bold and destructive, many backed her cause. And over a century later, people are still coming here to learn about her interesting life. More next time as we travel the countryside. In Medicine Lodge, Kansas, I'm Andrew McCrae.
There will be an auction of tools and household items for the Hartsick family Saturday, January 24th, beginning at 10 a.m., northwest of Marysville at 641 8th Road. Selling several riding mowers and garden tractors, as well as garden tractor attachments, including a 36-inch tiller, 42-inch front blade and harrow, 25-gallon spray tank on a pull cart, 2 metal lawn carts, 32-inch by 42-inch dump, plus shop tools. They'll be selling a Snap-on 4-foot-long by 20-inch wide, 8-drawer portable tool chest, DeWalt 20-volt cordless tools, tabletop power tools, other miscellaneous items, including tools, plus furniture, including a queen-size bed set with 2 nightstands, dresser and mirror, tall chest of drawers, queen-size bed, dining room table with extra leaves and 5 chairs. Household items include an upright refrigerator with lower freezer drawer, washer and dryer, a microwave, several other miscellaneous items. Most items will be sold inside the machine sheds. Saturday, January 24th. Sale begins at 10 a.m. at 641 8th Road. From the US 3677 junction west of Marysville, go 5 miles north to Frontier Road, half-mile west to 8th, then a half-mile north. Sales on the west side of the road. Olmsted and Sandstrom will conduct the auction.
Backyard beekeeping can be a honey of a hobby. Hi, I'm Jody Henke. If thousands of stinging insects flying around doesn't faze you, there's a market to tap into as you're living the country life.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
Check out our full lineup of Successful Farming podcasts. The Successful Farming podcast goes in-depth into the topics that affect farmers and ranchers. The 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast offers a quick conversation between an editor and a farmer. The SF Shorts podcast offers bite-sized interviews about agricultural topics. And the SF Daily podcast covers commodity markets, weather, and the big things happening in agriculture each morning. Search for Successful Farming wherever you download your podcasts. Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming.
People get into beekeeping for a variety of reasons. Maybe they want the honey, need the bees for pollinating a fruit crop, or just to help increase the declining honeybee population. It's wise for new beekeepers to start out small with just a couple of hives. You will also need a hive tool for opening the hives, a smoker to subdue the bees, and a bee brush to gently remove them from a surface. Jim, too, is the state beekeeping specialist for Alabama Cooperative Extension. He says spring is the ideal time to get started. Visit with other beekeepers in the area and go to meetings to learn about the hobby and find where you can buy bees.
Package Bees is a screen box of bees that has 3 pounds of bees, a queen, and a feeder. So essentially, the new beekeeper is buying a swarm in the very early spring months. And these will be provided by area beekeepers who have become specialists.
You need an understanding of the honeybee's behavior during handling and moving, and probably most importantly, know what your reaction is to bee stings. When your bees arrive, be sure you're wearing protective gear.
Most new beekeepers really start out suited up, head to foot, top to bottom, front to back. Nothing is exposed. But as they grow, they tend to lighten that equipment load more and more, so that probably after 2 or 3 years, they're basically just wearing a light top suit and a veil to protect their eyes.
Honeybees can be kept almost anywhere there are flowering plants that produce nectar and pollen. Choose a site that is discreet and sheltered from winds. Learn more about getting into beekeeping at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
KNDY.
If you've been thinking about finding a church home, or you made a New Year's resolution to reconnect with your faith, St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Waterville would love to welcome you. This is Pastor David Thompson. Life is full of questions, challenges, and new beginnings, and faith can bring a sense of hope and direction that makes all the difference. Whether you've been part of a church before or you're just starting to explore what faith might mean for you, there's a place for you here. Join us each Sunday at 10:45 a.m. and discover a community where you can be yourself, belong to something meaningful, and become who God created you to be. You are invited to St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Waterville, the place to believe, belong, and become.
Gold has always captured people's attention, especially in uncertain times. Hi, I'm Rob West with today's Faith and Finance Minute. When markets wobble or headlines stir anxiety, some wonder whether gold is the ultimate safe haven. But Scripture reminds us that our security doesn't come from any metal or market. It comes from the Lord. Gold can play a role in a diversified portfolio, but it's not a magic shield against risk. Historically, gold tends to hold its value, but it doesn't produce income and its price can swing dramatically. That's why it shouldn't replace a thoughtful, diversified, long-term investment strategy. Instead, consider it a small slice, not the centerpiece of your overall plan. The key is to invest with wisdom, not fear. Seek wise counsel, stay diversified, and place your trust in God. We can help you learn to manage your money according to biblical principles when you download the free FaithFi app. You'll find it on our website at faithfi.com.
How you might be thinking in a time of ag marketing uncertainty. Next on Farm to Fork.
Hey there, it's Mike Rowe, and if you're out there getting dirty, do me a favor and remember to call or click 811 before you dig. And when I say dig, I refer to any activity requiring boring, tilling, drilling, probing, reaming, plowing, drudging, or even scoping. Anything that causes you to roll up your sleeves a little and dig in requires you to first connect with 811 so that you can avoid all those buried pipes, wires, and cables underground. To sum up, call or click 811 before you dig and visit safeexcavator.com for more information.
Have you ever done a risk assessment on your farm or ranch? If you haven't, you should, especially if you have employees there. They may, in fact, be required by law where you are. In any case, it's not a bad idea and helps promote a safety mindset. You can find out online how to set one up. Farm safety and health is everyone's business. This reminder is brought to you by Farm to Fork through the generous support of listeners like you across the country. Learn how you can help at NorthshoreProductions.com. With all the signs pointing to marginal commodity prices this year, the mood at Purdue University's Top Farmer Conference was thinking strategically for tough times. Trey Malone is an ag economist at Purdue.
I don't think that the uncertainty is going anywhere. I think that uncertainty is just kind of the way that we live. I don't think that your ability to predict the future is really going to determine the outcome of the events anymore.
One thing you can count on, says Malone, is that change will continue.
I'm calling it change fatigue. I swear it's like every 3 hours there's some new change that I got to figure out how much should I care about it, how much should I not care about it, where should I be reading to learn about what I should care about. I don't know anymore. And the question I like to think about a lot is, what would it take for me to change my opinion? That is the most valuable question when you're trying to evaluate some type of a decision. So what would it take for a farmer to change their opinion about the outcome of the economy? More than anything else, exactly what it would take for small businesses to change their opinions about the outcome of the economy.
And says Malone, as important as having a strategic plan is knowing when to stop the plan if it isn't working.
Be thinking about how we set goals effectively for our strategic plan. Set a kill criteria before you start any type of plan. What is the place where you need to walk away from it? That's you trying to set some type of an objective where you say, at this place, we have not accomplished blank. We have got to walk away.
That's Farm to Fork. I'm Darrell Anderson.
KNDY. All in the team behind the quality. Landall Trailers, Landall Ag Products, material handling, and travel-long trailers. Learn how you can be a part of a Landall team. Apply online today at landall.com and experience firsthand competitive wages, $2 per hour shift differential, raises, 4% attendance bonus, and a full line of benefits. Apply today online.com. EEO Vets Come.
Laflette Huvett Funeral Home salutes the brave and dedicated Wymore volunteer firefighters and EMTs for giving their time to make our community safe. Thank you for putting your lives on the line for us in times of need. From Laflette Huvett Funeral Home at 505 North 9th Street, serving Wymore with dignity. Professional Barber Stylist wants to thank the volunteer firefighters and EMTs for the outstanding job they do for the community. These brave men and women enter into dangerous situations to help during an emergency. Thank you. From Professional Barber Stylist in Beatrice, haircuts that are affordable. Hamish Trucking Incorporated wants the volunteer firefighters and emergency medical technicians to know how much you are appreciated. Thank you for your compassion and expertise during an emergency. From Hamish Trucking Incorporated in Seneca, commercial trucking and truck and trailer repair.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Garrett. In Kansas, agricultural theft is being met with a new level of legislative seriousness as lawmakers work to protect the state's vital ranching and farming sectors. For many, cattle rustling might sound like a story from the past, but in today's market, it is a high-stakes criminal enterprise. With livestock and grain prices reaching record highs, the financial incentive for thieves has never been greater, and the impact on a single-family farm can be devastating. Current legislative efforts, including House Bill 2422 and House Bill 2253, aim to address these challenges by significantly increasing the severity of criminal penalties. Historically, grain and livestock theft have often been treated as lower priority crimes compared to personal or violent offenses. These new measures seek to change that by reclassifying these acts as high-level non-person felonies. For instance, the proposed laws would make grain theft a security level 6 felony, ensuring that the punishment more accurately reflects the heavy economic toll taken on producers and grain elevators. Beyond just increasing prison time, the legislation introduces a powerful new deterrent: property forfeiture. Under these bills, law enforcement would have the authority to seize any property used in the commission of the theft. This includes vehicles, trailers, and specialized equipment, as well as any financial proceeds gained from the illegal sale of stolen goods. By targeting the tools of the trade, lawmakers hope to disrupt the logistics that make large-scale agricultural theft possible. The push for these changes is backed by major industry groups, including the Kansas Livestock Association and the Kansas Grain and Feed Association. These organizations argue that while farmers are excellent risk managers when it comes to weather and markets, they need the state's help to combat criminal activity. By tightening the legal framework and providing law enforcement with better tools for prosecution, Kansas aims to send a clear message: agriculture assets are the backbone of the state's economy, and stealing them will carry a heavy price. In one of the new bills, the definition of livestock will now be as cattle and horses only.
The winter season is the time for recovering from the year's harvest, repairing equipment, planting winter wheat, and preparing for the upcoming season. So what's in store for the next year of farming? Here at the Mid-America Ag Network, we'll keep you informed on the latest news and information to help you prepare and rebuild. From legislation in Washington to the latest technology on the farm and outlooks for the new year, the Mid-America Ag Network will be here to help keep you prepared for the upcoming challenges on the farm. And it's all right here with the Mid-America Ag Network.
It's time to stress less with more money in your pocket. United makes it easy for you to stay connected with family and friends and save while you're doing it with 3 months free. For a limited time, get 3 months free of mobile wireless or wireless internet service with United. Get high-speed connectivity, unlimited talk, text, and data, and more money in your pocket. When you choose United, you're supporting a member-owned cooperative, proudly connecting Southwest Kansas with coverage you can trust. Visit getunited.com/radio or stop by a United store to get your 3 months free today. Terms and conditions.
Attention farmers and livestock owners looking for top quality feed and essential supplies for your animals. Look no further than Home City Grain, offering a wide variety of feed options for small and large livestock, as well as Smart Lick tubs, perfect for providing essential nutrients to your herd. Contact Home City Grain today at 785-799-3326 or find them online at homecitygrain.com for up-to-the-minute grain bids, weather outlook, and more.
KNDY.
Itchy cattle are not productive cattle. Lice can spread quickly through a cattle herd, and when animals are itching, they're not eating. On Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
Check out our full lineup of Successful Farming podcasts. The Successful Farming podcast goes in-depth into the topics that affect farmers and ranchers. The 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast offers a quick conversation between an editor and a farmer. The SF Shorts podcast offers bite-sized interviews about agricultural topics. And the SF Daily podcast covers commodity markets, weather, and the big things happening in agriculture each morning. Search for Successful Farming wherever you download your podcasts. Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming.
Loss in your cattle is a good indication they have a lice problem. The bites cause itching and irritation, so cattle rub, lick, and chew on themselves. This can cause damage to fence posts and other items they rub on for relief. Lice also affect performance. When the cattle are rubbing and scratching, they're not eating or resting, which can cost a quarter to a half pound of gain per day. Larry Hawkins is a technical services veterinarian with Bayer Animal Health. He says when you're applying a product to treat lice, don't just quickly spread it on a small part of the animal's back.
There's a species of louse that gets out on the nose
one that gets on the neck and the brisket and down between the front legs, and one that's a body louse that covers the main area of the body. And if you think about where those lice are, if we put a spot in the middle of the back, that can be 4 feet to the nose. Therefore, we aren't getting those lice treated.
Lice are spread by animal-to-animal contact. Even with the proper treatment, they can still be a problem if untreated cattle are mingling with the treated animals.
If we keep them separated, not by just one fence, but by at least 2 fences apart, or a temporary fence to isolate the treated ones, then we'll experience a long duration of good louse control with that treatment.
Lice don't like warm weather, so their numbers will decrease through spring and summer. However, once cooler temperatures are back, so are the lice. I'm Jody Henke. Find more tips for lice control in cattle at agriculture.com.
For all your propane and propane delivery needs, contact Hoover's in Greenleaf. Call 747-2201. Propane is safe, propane is clean burning, and propane is economical. Hoover's in Greenleaf offers prompt delivery and excellent customer service. Give Hoover's in Greenleaf a call today, 747-2201. That's Hoover's in Greenleaf.
From Kansas State University, this is Agriculture Today. I'm Shelby Varner. Kansas State University Extension is for all 105 counties in Kansas. Post Rock District Extension Agent Sandra Wick talks about how she hopes Extension can support residents and how she learns from the people who reach out. She says what she thinks of when she hears Extension and what she sees it bring to stakeholders.
The first thing that I think of is helping people help themselves. We provide the information. We don't make their decisions, but we provide that research-based information so they can make the most educated decisions about whatever it is, their cropping systems, livestock production, nutrition, whatever their questions might be.
Wick discusses one of her favorite parts of being an agent for producers in Kansas and how it helps build relationships.
I really like that personal contact, that personal interaction with producers and farm families, whether it be, I especially enjoy them just stopping by the office and just chit-chatting. I mean, sometimes they just stop by just to visit. They really don't have a question. But once you develop that personal working relationship and they're in the courthouse, it makes a difference. We're in the courthouse, so we get a lot of that traffic, and they just want to stop by and chat. And then if they have a question, of course, and then they'll stop. But what really is exciting is when they come back again after that first question, that first contact, and then they come back again and ask again. That proves to me that we're a trusted resource for them.
She explains how people can get in touch with their local extension office.
Go to and contact your local county extension office. If you don't know where that is, it's usually in the courthouse. But there are some offices that are not located in the courthouse. And I hate to say go online, but Google it. And so if you just type in Smith County Extension Office, it will come up that way, but it may be in the Post Rock District. Because as you know, close to half of our counties are in the district now. So come on in, give us a try. We will try to help you in any of the areas that you might need help with. And if we don't know, we will get you the resources that will help you.
That was Post Rock District Extension Crop Production Agent Sandra Wick with what K-State Extension can provide to its Kansas residents. Learn more about Extension by going to the local office or by going online to www.ksre.ksu.edu. I'm Shelby Varner, and this has been Agriculture Today over the K-State Radio Network.
Winter work doesn't stop, and neither do you. That's why Valley Vet Supply in Marysville has the winter gear you need to cut the cold this year. Insulated jackets, coats, gloves, and workwear keep you comfortable in every winter condition. When the ground's frozen or mud's deep, step into a trusted pair of dry shod boots with waterproof protection or Ariat, Durango, or Lacrosse brands for all-day comfort. Shop winter apparel and footwear in Marysville or online for shopping on your own time at valleyvet.com.
Valley
Bed Supply.
Market information from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Garrett. Moving through Thursday as we get a little closer to the end of the trading day. Over in the grains market, we have mixed to mostly higher numbers across the board as more of those numbers have now gone back into the green as it has been a back and forth day. For the seeds market, however, more red numbers have started to pop up midway through the trade day, so they are now mixed across the board. And for the livestock, the cattle are still mostly in the green and the hogs follow. In the corn market, March corn up 1 3/4 at 423 1/2. May up 2 1/4 at 432 even. Kansas City wheat for March up a nickel at 524 3/4. May up 4 3/4 at 535 1/2. In the oats market, March oats down 1/2 cent at 293 even. May unchanged at 300 3/4. In the bean market, March beans down 2 1/4 at 1062 1/4. May down 1/2 cent at 1074 1/2. Soybean meal for March up 360 at 295 even. May up 310 at 298.30. Soybean oil for March down 23 cents at 53.78. May down 21 cents at 54.33. In the cotton market, March cotton down 44 cents at 63.86. May down 43 cents at 65.49. In the canola market, March canola down $1.80 at 644.70. May down $2.20 at 655.30. Looking at the currencies for the first time today, and the U.S. dollar index for March is in the red, down 41 cents at 98.14. June down 39 cents at 97.88. The euro for March, however, is slightly in the green, up to $1.17, with the June euro slightly in the green as well, but at $1.18. The Japanese yen for March slightly in the green, up to 63 cents, and the June yen slightly in the green as well at 63 cents, but pushing to 64 cents. Looking at our midday stock market numbers, and green has been the theme over here, and the Dow continues to jump 400 points up, claws back Greenland turmoil losses in two-day rally, with the Dow Jones of 418 points at 49,495, the S&P 500 up 53 points at 6,929, and the Nasdaq up 264 points at 23,488.
It's time to stress less with more money in your pocket. United makes it easy for you to stay connected with family and friends and save while you're doing it with 3 months free. For a limited time, get 3 months free of mobile wireless or wireless internet service with United. Get high-speed connectivity, unlimited talk, text, and data, and more money in your pocket. When you choose United, you're supporting a member-owned cooperative, proudly connecting Southwest Kansas with coverage you can trust. Visit getunited.com/radio or stop by a United store to get your 3 months free today. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
It's cold outside, but spring mowing season will be here soon. Now is the time to get your mower to Maximum Outdoor for the Briggs & Stratton Winter Service Special. Save 15% off winter service labor or 50% off pickup and delivery within a 25-mile radius now through February. Avoid the spring service crunch and save money with the Briggs & Stratton Winter Service Special. South of 21st and Andover Road, or west location, south of Kellogg on West Street, or MaximumOutdoor.com.
Maximum Outdoor Equipment.
One owner, like new. Trade-ins at the Norris Motor Company in Marysville include a 2024 Silverado 2500 heavy-duty model pickup, 23 Chevy Silverado 1500 model with the LTZ package, and a 2021 Chevy Colorado four-wheel drive. One owner models, priced right, at the Norris Motor Company in Marysville.
From ABC News, Wall Street now. Stocks continue their rebound from Tuesday's major sell-off. Going into the midday today, the Dow Jones was up nearly 400 points. The Standard & Poor's 500 had added almost 0.7%, and the Nasdaq Composite was ahead a full percentage point. A key measure of inflation shows prices rising in October and November at about the same rate as September, around 2.7% year over year. Tariffs have begun to push up prices, but a cooling housing market has held down overall inflation. Some serious questions are being raised at the Supreme Court about the Trump administration's push to fire a Federal Reserve governor. The president says he should be able to force Lisa Cook out, even as her legal challenge works its way through the courts. And a new home for one of the world's most famous hot dogs. Pork producer Smithfield Foods is buying Nathan's Famous for $450 million. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
KNDY.